Since it's the beginning of the new year, I thought the best way to start this year is by giving you some very simple tips on how to save more money this year. And since it is 2022, I thought 22 tips would be appropriate. There is a lot to get into in this video, so let's get into it. Also, if you do find that there's extra tips that you found worked for you or something you're doing this year, please share it down below because it helps the community out when you share your knowledge as well. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Use an ad blocker. One of the easiest ways to not spend money and instead save a lot more money is by installing an ad blocker. Essentially, what an ad blocker does is stops ads from popping up, whether it is on any websites or on social media. Essentially, you're not going to be as tempted to just lash out and buy something that you actually don't really need nor want. Personally, I love to use the Brave browser. It stops the ads from popping up, but also allows me to anonymously browse the internet, which is a double whammy. So no, this is not a sponsorship. I've just been using Brave for a very long time. Number 2, say goodbye to Netflix. People are already clicking off this video, I know. So Netflix, canceling the subscription will save you around $200 a year. Now, a lot of people actually have multiple subscriptions to things like Disney Plus, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and all these other things. Canceling all of them is going to save you a lot of money per year. And you don't really need premium services these days. There is so much entertainment for free. You got YouTube. Of course, it's easier said than done. I haven't watched TV or any movies or any Netflix for about 25 years, so obviously I have other ways of entertaining myself. If this is the first time you're considering this, baby steps, baby steps. Number 3, eat more at home. For most countries, it is oftentimes about 5 to 10 times the cost of eating out rather than creating the meal at home. There are other benefits, of course, to creating the meals at home, such as knowing exactly what's in your meal, enjoying the process, putting the love into it, really nurturing your body by taking the time to prepare a beautiful, satisfying meal for yourself and your family. So this year, maybe consider learning and getting better at those cooking skills. Number 4, learning to meal prep. This is going to save you not only time throughout the week, also money, because bulk buying is obviously going to give you great discounts. You'll be freed up with your mental space also to concentrate on things such as business or any other passions you might have. And especially if you have a really chaotic lifestyle, oftentimes you'll find yourself reaching for the last minute meal throughout the day. And that's not good for your health nor your wallet. So you really want to try, maybe on a Sunday, to prepare your meals in advance so you can just reach into the freezer and grab yourself one of those meals. Sprinkle it with a little bit of fresh vegetables to ensure you have the right nutrients, and your Bob's your uncle. Number 5, delete Instagram and TikTok. So this goes for most social media apps, but TikTok and Instagram, I think they might be one of the worst apps for this because they basically present you with the most shiny, unique, amazing things that you totally need right now. Influencers, goddamn. That's me. Not only have we so willingly given up our mental space and precious time, the most valuable currency we have, to these apps for so long, a lot of us are not using it properly, which is to market yourself, to use it as a tool. Instead, it uses us. So if that means deleting it until you're ready to post or share about your business or whatnot, do so. But I can guarantee you, I haven't been on TikTok ever. I'm still alive. Number 6, learn for free. We live in one of the most amazing times in human history right now, where almost anything you want to find online is available to you. You can up-level in so many different ways for free. People are becoming precious, amazing musicians just by using the power of online sources such as YouTube, for example. Whilst courses and online spaces to learn that are paid, they make it a lot easier for you to hone in on a skill. There are still opportunities for you to find and dig through the interwebs and find out what it is that you need without having to pay anything extra. One of the ways you can learn for free is to join our newsletter. We have over 50,000 amazing individuals that are tuning in regularly to our newsletter to learn about the world of finance and freedom. So if you wanted to find out more about that, there is a link in bio for that. Automate your savings. One of the best ways to save more is to do it without having to think about it, which is automating your savings. There are many apps out there such as Acorns, Chime, Rise, Wiser, and others that do things such as round up any payments that you might have and automatically put it into a savings account, or automatically put a percentage of your paycheck into your savings. Of course, any apps will depend on the region and country that you live in. However, a lot of these apps that I've mentioned are available in countries such as North America, Europe, New Zealand, Australia, and many others. Also, check in with your bank. Maybe they already have this type of service available, so you don't have to do any extra work. Just give them a call, find out on their website. Number 8, embrace minimalism. Now, I used to be a quite strict minimalist. Not so much anymore. I have definitely allowed myself to expand a little bit, but I still have a lot of these principles in my life. Essentially, only filling my space with things that I love. Does it spark joy? From Marie Kondo. So consider this year maybe putting a lot of those principles into your own life and filling your space with only things things that bring you joy, which gives you two opportunities. Firstly, selling things that don't spark joy and you don't enjoy having them in your space. You get to sell them and make some money from that. And secondly, you get to reinvent your space that will uplift you in every single day life, and it's going to make your 2022 better anyway. So if you're looking to find out more about minimalism, there are some amazing teachers out there, such as my friend Matt D'Avella, as well as Marie Kondo. Oh, of course, the extra benefit of minimalism is you're going to save a lot of money because you're not buying unnecessary things. Number 9, record and track your expenses. One of the biggest reasons why people blow their budgets and are constantly struggling with finances is because they don't understand what the influx of money is and what the outgoings of money is, because they just don't track it. It is so important for you to do this if you're trying to learn the art of managing finances, whether it's on a small scale or a large scale. This is a skill that you must possess in order to grow your wealth further. Whether you have a budget Excel spreadsheet, whether it is you go through your statements at the end of every single week or month and just identify where there's a lot of money that's being spent that maybe you can cut back on. Whatever you need to do for yourself, whatever method works for you, implement this into your year. Number 10, get your money out of banks. It'd be very nice if you could just keep your money in a savings account and that money would then grow for you, because that's the ultimate aim, right? However, due to bad inflation, if your money is just sitting in a traditional bank, it is being eaten up by interest. It is not fun. So you need to get that money out of the bank and into different alternative means that are there to help support the growth of your money. For example, you can check out BlockFi, who pay you up to 9% interest per year on your savings, which is far more than most banks in the developing world. Check out the link in the bio to sign up, and BlockFi will give you also up to $250 of free Bitcoin for your first cash deposit. Number 11, cancel subscriptions. I have spoken about getting rid of any streaming services that you might be using. However, that is just the tip of the iceberg. You also want to check out what it is that you're subscribed to that you might have even forgotten that you're subscribed to. So checking your bank statements would be good. I personally go through my phone app and see what iTunes is charging me on the regular, and I often realize that I don't use these apps enough to justify paying even $5 or $10 a year for these apps. So I definitely regularly check in with my subscriptions that are not serving me, and I get rid of those. Number 12, change your energy supplier. When is the last time that you tried to call a company that you are in service with, which is a power company or heating company or electricity company, and just ask to renegotiate your rate? You'd be very surprised to see that it is possible, actually. Lots of people don't want to talk about this and companies don't make this known. However, with the amount of competition out there on services, they're going to find a way, even if initially they say it's impossible. Call up and see what negotiations are possible, because the older I get, the more I realize that everything is negotiable. And if there is no potential negotiation with the power company that you're with, you can always walk away. You are not tied to anyone. Number 13, prioritize paying off debts. If you have debt, you're obviously paying quite significant repayments to a bank or a money lender, and this is going to drain your pocket quite significantly, specifically if you have very high interest rates on these loans. The best thing you can probably do for yourself in 2022 is to prioritize paying off debts, especially the ones with really high interest rates. Just get rid of it as fast as you can. Don't buy anything new until you get this one under control. Really get so super strict on getting your life back and your financial freedom back, because you definitely deserve it, and your headspace deserves it, and your wallet deserves it. And with more money in your bank account, you can start rewarding yourself with saving, with investing, putting it into valuable things that are going to benefit your future, perhaps a house deposit. Number 14, renegotiate your insurance. We have things such as house payments, we have car payments, we have life insurance, we have medical care. There is so much insurance in our lives that it definitely adds up to an expensive bill by the end of the year. It is worth exploring the possibility of renegotiating with your current insurance supplier, or if not, there are many different insurance companies out there. It is a very competitive market and they definitely want you as a customer. Number 15, renegotiate your salary. So if you've been employed in a company for quite a significant amount of time and you haven't had a raise for a while, maybe it's time to speak to your boss and see what the possibilities are of this, because obviously if you make more money, you're going to also be able to save more money and not increase your lifestyle just because your money's gone up. So the best way to do this is to make yourself so valuable to the company that you're part of and create a nice relationship with the management around you. Of course, this can be a bit of a touchy way of approaching things, so definitely don't go into this with an entitled sense, but know your self-worth and just inquire what it is that you can do in order to raise your money that you're receiving for the efforts that you're putting into the company. Good luck. It can be stressful, but absolutely this is something that a lot of people miss out on because they're just too afraid to ask. If you don't ask, you shall not receive. Pack your work lunch. I sound like your mum. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. A, the food is much better. You're gonna really enjoy it because it is exactly what it is that you enjoy. You'll get better at cooking, which is a really good card for any partners that you want to attract for your life. And you'll save so much money. The amount of money that people spend every single week on food when they're out at work is just pretty intense. A simple sanger, sandwichy, is gonna do you a world of good. Number 17, use your company for expenses. If you're self-employed, one of the best things available to you is to expense almost everything you possibly can through your company. A lot of people don't make the most out of this because they just end up paying out of their own pocket, out of their own salary. For example, if you work from home, there is a huge list of things that you can probably deduct for yourself, including toilet paper, fuel, car expenses, food, electricity, accommodation costs, internet, and just about anything else you can think of related to your home environment, your work environment, your office. Not only is this going to help keep more of your personal money in your own pocket, it is also going to reduce the amount of taxable income you have at the end of the year for your company, meaning your tax bill will probably be smaller as well. It is definitely worth checking with your professional accountant to see what it is that you are able to deduct. You don't want any nasty surprises at the end of the year when you are deducting something that you actually weren't allowed to do in your own country. So check that out. Make coffee or tea at home. Lots of us just love the act of going to the local cafe and grabbing yourself that delicious cuppa, whatever that might be for you. A $4 coffee, for example, is going to equal about $1,000 in a single year, which is something that you could probably make at your own house for about 10% of the cost. Further benefit is, of course, that you get to do it at home, which is a reusable cup. Therefore, you're also helping the environment, which is really nice. You get to customize your experience, your coffee or tea experience at home, and make it a bit of a ritual. It'll make you feel less sad that you're no longer going to get your coffee from awesome cafes. Oh my gosh, it's raining so much. Consider maybe checking your gym membership and seeing if it's valuable for you to continue using it, or if it would be beneficial for you to cancel it and start exercising outdoors, because sometimes going for a run, just being in the outdoor exercise parks might just do the same thing for you. Gym memberships can cost $400 to $1,000 a year, and that's a big saving you can have for yourself. Squat 1, squat 2. Upgrade your style with secondhand shopping. The clothing that you will cultivate by going shopping in these places means it's going to be very unique and your style. You're not going to be on trend. You're not going to be waiting for other people's and mass media's approval of your style. You create your own style, and it's really, really fun and exciting. You also get the benefit of seeing what clothing still looks good after it's had to pass through different hands, meaning that you know that that clothing piece will probably end up looking great for a very, very long time. Secondhand shopping is not only good for your wallet because things are so much more affordable, it is also really great for the environment. So I recommend you just give it a crack this year and see if you like it. Reevaluate your social activities. I'm not your mum. You can figure out if this is relevant for you, but we know that in the normal society that we function in right now, it is very much an emphasis on drinking a lot with your friends on the weekends, for example, and this can drain your wallet. So if you do have a social activity that is draining you all the time, maybe there's a different way to do it this year. Maybe for your health, it's also going to be better to get a good night's sleep and not have to deal with so many toxins in your body all the time, or do other activities that don't involve spending so much money on substances. Don't you worry, every now and again, I love myself a glass of wine, so I'm not saying give it up forever, but you'll know for yourself if this is something that you need to reevaluate in the year 2020. Good for you, good for your health, good for your wallet. 22, become passionate about money. This might be one of the most interesting points to cover off, because if you do not have the interest in something, you are simply not going to execute on it, together with having some tangible goals that you're aiming for. So if you have the energy of being interested in finances and mastering this area that maybe for you has been so taboo your whole life, and you're a bad person if you're interested in finances or wanting to have more, then mix that with the energy of having a goal, say like a house deposit that you want to aim for. This is going to really accelerate your journey in 2022. So you really need to prioritize the desire to learn about finances. So if you're still here watching at the end of this video, consider making finances one of the top priorities for 2022. It will pay off big time for you. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like, subscribe, comment down below, of course. Let us know your tips as well. It helps out the community. We are all like-minded with the same aim of reaching freedom, whatever level that might mean for you. We also have this amazing newsletter that people just adore. So if you want to learn more about finance and freedom, really beautiful short stories written, definitely check out the link in the bio. And finally, we have this epic, wow, such a good community of people, over 3,000 people that are part of a community that just want to become as free as possible. So if you want to find out more, there is a link in bio for that as well. And I will see you